Hi, this is Dave from Candid Retail, and welcome to this month's listener mailbag for the month of September 2020. We're going to be looking at some industry-wide trends and some of our own data to just give a sense of what the world looked like in September and what our community's priorities and concerns are as we move into our first holiday season in a pandemic. So thank you for joining us. For anyone just getting here, Canada Wholesale Community does these sorts of things. We try to do them every week. We do a recap every month, and then we'll have various speakers and interviews talking about subjects that our users care about and that we think maybe if they don't already care about, that they should care about. So let's dive in with our numbers. First and foremost, kind of looking at the retail economy. I'm a really big fan of the monthly reports that we get from the NRF, the National Retail Federation. And even when the news isn't great, it's thorough and it's very easy to comprehend. So taking a look at the monthly report for September that just came in, we're still, big picture, everything's down. Everything's just going to be down for a while. The prediction is that we're not going to return to a 2019 level of economic activity generally until sometime in 2022. So there's that. What's in sector remains services, which is down to roughly 10% of its pre-COVID peak. And since services make up about 3/4 of the US economy, that's a really big deal. The silver lining is that some of that money is being shunted over to durable goods and retail generally. So if you're a retailer or a wholesaler, it's a bit of a bounce back. But again, anyone who uses the term V-shaped economy, it's a V that looks kind of like this. We're still the year and are going to continue to be so. That said, it's come September 2020, like things have just sort of equilibrated. So plans that have been made are being stuck to. I think no one's really surprised by this anymore, and any pivots that have happened are well in the past now for the vast majority of retailers and wholesalers alike. There have been a number of high-profile bankruptcies in September. I think Sur La Table and Century 21 filed for bankruptcy. Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, and American Eagle Outfitters, among others, have lost hundreds of stores. They've closed hundreds of stores in September. Department stores generally are just having a rough time, as you'd imagine. I think one of the overall trends that we've been seeing throughout this pandemic is, a focus more on specialization. And I think if you're a bigger store, department stores are feeling what malls have been feeling for a while now, which is just that as people can shop online, and this predates the pandemic, as people can shop online, they're going to be going to specialty stores. They're going to be focusing on who sells the thing they're looking for best, or they're just going to go to Amazon. And I think if you're somewhere in that middle, you're having a very hard time, and COVID has just accelerated these already pretty painful trends. So that's the grim outlook on the macro level. As for trends that we're seeing on the Candid side, because Candid Wholesale, we run a wholesale order management platform and discovery as well. We're seeing that, we've been talking about trade shows a lot because this has been, August and September are traditionally when you see your big trade shows in a number of sectors with people taking orders for the holiday buying season. So if you want something on your shelves in time for Black Friday, you want to start placing those orders in August and September. And traditionally for a lot of sectors, that has been anchored around these trade shows, these events that happen in August and September. And what we're noticing is this year, a lot of these events have gone online, as you'd imagine. And they still have acted as focal points for a lot of people as sort of a holdover event-based time, because it is still the time. If you're going to be pre-ordering anything that needs to be made to order, you need to take those orders and have enough lead time to actually produce them, deal with whatever comes up, and get them shipped out in time to be on the shelves for the holiday buying season. But what we're noticing is that particular curve has gotten a little bit flatter. And usually activity that we would see winding down right about now is still sort of continuing at a lower clip, but a steadier clip we're expecting to last throughout October. So whereas in previous years, we'd be seeing a lot of the holiday buying orders wrapping up as we entered October, we are imagining that that's going to kind of spread out and continue probably through the end of the month. I think once you start getting into November, you just run out of time. You run out of time to take orders, go back and forth on them, adjust your manufacturing and get these shipments out depending on the size of your operation. But that said, a lot of people are, just taking the extra time because they can. And it's just an interesting time for everybody. So in as much as I've seen trends and we've seen trends in the marketplace, that's the big one affecting wholesale right now, is that you actually have a little bit more time to get ready for the holidays. We at Candid Wholesale community have a little questionnaire that we've like people to fill out as they come in, and people have been DMing us directly as well and posting in the forums. And what the number one and number two priorities for this month continue to be finding new customers and suppliers. So if you're a retailer, finding new suppliers, and if you're a wholesaler, finding new customers, and boosting online sales, which isn't very surprising. We have introduced a new platform that we're calling Open on Candid. I don't know if you've seen it yet. It's worth taking a quick look at. This is something that we're going to be providing a lot more in the way of resources for. But we've been doing this primarily through events. So this has powered our virtual trade shows that we've done. And we've had 2 of them right now. We've had Join Virtual and Portland Supply. And what it is it's a great way if you're a brand to show yourself in context, and it lets people filter and find exactly what they're looking for. And you can really put your best foot forward as a brand. It's not, a lot of times you'll see displays like this and it's people looking for products. We are really proud of this because it shows off the brands themselves. And if you start to get into the larger list, what we're doing is we're expanding it out from these trade shows into what we're calling the permanent collection. And that is going to allow for much, much more deep levels of filtration. So you can look for literally anything you want. Let's see, that's maybe too specific for this show, but it lets you really drill down if you're a retailer and find exactly what you're looking for to stock your stores. We're really excited about this. This is going to be launching for everybody, not just people in shows later this month. And we're going to have a ton of extra material, videos helping people get in there and make the most of the experience. So that's our answer to that. But by and large, I mean, I think that's clear that that's the area that our community members are looking for support in. And we're going to make sure that we provide that in the coming weeks and months. Otherwise, as summer turns into fall here, I think we're all getting ready for our first holiday season. I know that a lot of sectors really experience a big bump in the holiday season, and as wholesalers, we're all getting ready for that now. So please be in touch if there's anything we can help with. We're happy to be here as a resource for you, supporting you through this very unique and uncertain time. And yeah, that's the report for September 2020. So this is Dave from Candid Wholesale, signing off. Take care.